Hello everyone, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time we dealt with last month's mission, and it didn't end happily, but that was the thing regardless. And this month we're supposed to be on protective duty, but we're getting 3,000 gold from the Church of Saros for funding this month. It's also Casper's birthday.
Thanks.
So, let's see what's going on.
So, our task for this moon is to patrol and guard the monastery, to help put a stop to that assassination plot. The knights will certainly have their hands full protecting Lady Rhea, and perhaps our enemy is counting on that.
I agree.
Please, elaborate.
Why would Lord Lenato be carrying around a secret note with an assassination plot written on it? Isn't it possible he hoped to monopolize everyone's attention with this alleged plot, in order to distract from his true aim?
Maybe they're after the treasure vault. There's also lots of valuable stuff in the library and Professor Hanneman's quarters.
True. The monastery undoubtedly houses many weapons that rival even the hero's relics.
Whatever their aim, we can't allow any harm to come to the ladies of the monastery. I mean, what would I do with my spare time?
You
Alright,
need to
come on,
say we
Sylvain.
should search the monastery. Try to find what the enemy is truly after.
Yes. And we should be prepared to fight them as well, should it come to that. I wouldn't mind getting in some training, just in case.
A secret meeting, Professor? Oh, we haven't been introduced. I am Shamir.
Shamir is one of the Knights of Saros, and this young man here is...
I work for Lady Rhea, and I'm Shamir's apprentice. Oh, the name's Cyril.
Shamir's apprentice?
Yep, she's teaching me about the bow and the sword and all kinds of stuff. I've got to protect Lady Rhea, so that's why I've got to learn all I can from Shamir.
Cyril adores Rhea. That aside, if you need anything, ask.
Certainly. Okay. Now we are going into the exploring part of this month. Yes, we are definitely going to be doing that. Let's check in on Sothis.
A hero's relic. Quite so. The stone within the sword. A glow of red. Oh, it is nothing.
Is it really? Well, anyway. So, let's kind of explore around and do the kind of basic things, as always, to get more or less some stuff done. Alright, Bernadetta.
Hi. Right now is, well, right now is okay, I guess. If you, want to chat. A little.
I didn't see you at the dining hall
I
last
get
night.
hungry sometimes. Like anyone else. What? Eating at night is bad for you? There's no way that's true. Wait, really?
And this is something, I don't know, it's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've done recordings of this, so I don't know what exactly, as far as remembering what I've shown or not.
Hi. Sorry, I'm trying, but you're still kind of a stranger.
So, they'll actually show what they value most, and once you gain experience in those two areas, you can possibly recruit that person. Also, hold on. Lost items, it's not that. Okay, so nothing there. Alright, let's go ahead and head inside here.
It would be terrible if the greenhouse was targeted. The plants in here are incredibly valuable. This place contains the heart of Garrett Mock's 995-year history. So many beautiful flowers, plants that can save or end lives. They are all my precious children.
That's actually for part of the actual mission that we're doing while running about. Guess I'd like to do some gardening. Harvest. Oh, premium magic herbs. That's nice. And we can plant 2 seeds at a time, which is nice. And we're gonna spend some money to have them pruned. Don't really need to go that way, I don't think. Oh, Cyril's up there, so let's head up there. Cyril's actually one of those characters I'm actually gonna try to recruit early. Because he's someone you can recruit. Hello, kitty. He's just on the other side of the hall.
Let's see. Excuse me, Professor?
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that Lady Rhea is always real concerned with you. She expects great things, I think. Please don't let her down, okay?
Of course
I
not.
hope you're not just saying that.
Can't quite recruit him yet, but... No. Yeah, none of that's him. I will say the lost items thing is one of the best ways to increase people's motivation. Resting is something that you can do that will kind of do a generic healing of motivation to everybody, but it's only going to do half. There's another point to resting that we'll get to later, but we're not there yet.
Okay? No.
Wait. Oh, Lauren's. Hooked on fishing. That's also things you want to find.
The goddess's rite of rebirth is the most significant ritual for the Church of Seros. Could it be that someone has spread these rumors of an assassination plot merely with the intention to hinder the celebration? I don't recall misplacing anything.
Well, Lawrence is just one of those characters that I really don't care for. I'll be honest.
Hey,
Hello, Manuela.
Professor, I hope you're well. As for me, I had a date with a splendid specimen of a knight. Now he's suddenly not in the mood to see me again.
I wonder why.
All these rumors of a deathly figure showing up in town. Such an uproar must have, beyond reason, drawn his attention away from me.
She's just one of those weird characters, I'll just be completely honest. Alright, I'm going to increase faith. Get a level up in that, got
The
heal,
glory of progress.
and I got the second star. Nice.
okay?
Now I think about it, I don't remember who all, if anybody... Okay, he got the star there. So he's the only one that actually had it. Was it a void? Oh, it was Black Magic of Void. I don't know why I took that off. Oh gosh, so many people can talk to each other. Alright, we'll get to that in a minute.
What?
And peculiar about fashion. I will say this, some of these I really don't know the answers to. I would probably have to look up a giant list for these people.
Welcome.
You... Oh. Wrong
Please come
person.
again.
Okay.
Inventory-wise... Put up the rusted bow. Don't need that.
Welcome.
I'm gonna give you...
Will this one do? Many
a
thanks.
steel axe.
Come back soon. Welcome.
Trying to think of what else I could give him. And... I think I'm gonna go for a lance, actually.
Many thanks.
Dimitri, you're doing fine. Blythe's doing alright. Ash is doing okay. Alright, you... Yeah, I'm actually gonna give you an iron axe.
Many thanks.
Mercedes... not gonna worry about too much. Oh,
Come back
that's right.
soon.
I did not do the thing for Ingrid, so that's my bad.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. The goddess's rite of rebirth is this month, right? The monastery gates will be thrown wide open on that day. I'll be working as a guide. I hope I get to guide some lovely ladies around.
Oh boy. Eh. He's gonna be a handful, I just know it.
I've heard talk of students wandering the monastery late at night. They wouldn't happen to be from your class, would they? Please keep your students in line, Professor. Kids these days.
Well, I'm not sure who's doing that, but I'll find out who.
Setting fire to the stables to distract everyone, to cause a commotion. It is the oldest trick in the book, but I cannot shake the thought that our enemies may attempt it. I will stand guard and watch over the stable, and the knight's horses. They are truly magnificent. Please, do me a favor.
I know who that is for.
How could you possibly...
Well, I don't know, dude. Oh my gosh, I know who that's for. I don't know why it took me that long to figure that out. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Professor. Well, the eldest son of House...
Heavy armor and dex. Wow. Okay, so since we're not that far away from Ferdinand's capabilities, let's head over that way.
Okay?
It's actually with him.
The goddess's rite of rebirth is... Could it be the...
Gifts, and it's going to be this elegant tea set.
How kind of you.
I will have to repay you sometime.
And so, essentially, now we can invite people to tea to help boost the possibility of
So sleepy. Too sleepy. I found an
Getting
interesting book in the library. Got so caught up reading it, I forgot to sleep. Interesting discovery, though. The coffins of the 4 saints in the sanctum each have their crests carved into them. I'll need to find a way down there to get a look.
But, you can increase your affinity with them.
Huh? Your class? I can see the appeal, yes. However, I still have a lot of books I wish to read in this class. But talk to me again, okay?
Magic and reason. Well, that's understandable on that.
I bought the ingredients for making some sweet treats I can't wait to eat. Huh? Oh, I know it looks like I'm fooling around, but I'm not. I'm preparing for potential battle during my patrol by making sure I have plenty of food I can eat while walking. Smart, huh?
Good thinking.
I know. Once they're ready, I promise to share some with you.
I'm down for that. Now, inviting to tea is an option. You can increase their motivation and their affinity with you, but you have to do it correctly. We'll show it at some point, but that's spending one of our little time slots, and I don't want to do that. Peculiar about fashion.
A lost item.
Nope. I don't know who that goes to, and it's...
Something in the monastery that someone might go after? There's so much here, I couldn't possibly name just one. Even this here kitchen contains precious wares, wine bottles from centuries past and the like. I hear that stuff is fancy, but not very drinkable. I doubt anyone would go to the trouble of stealing it.
Good to know. Textbook from the Kingdom School of Sorcery. Would it possibly be this guy?
I'll need to...
Because it's from the Kingdom.
It's not mine.
No. Okay. I'm not sure then.
What's the matter? You're running all over creation. Ah, you don't believe Lady Rhea is the real target, do you? Even so, the Knights have their orders. We can't abandon our duty to guard Lady Rhea. The Goddess's Rite of Rebirth is an important event for the Church of Seiros. They say it's the day when the Goddess will return to walk among us. Not too likely, if you ask me. Best if you keep that to yourself.
There's a reason I'm doing this. I'm going to ask him to help me out with writing. When it comes... I will show this. When it comes to either heavy armor, riding, or flying, Blythe has to learn it from other faculty members through the faculty training. He can't do it otherwise. When you try to do it otherwise, it just stonewalls you pretty much. Because you actually can't learn it unless you're actively using it, which means you're that class, which means you've gotten a certain level of that skill anyway. So, it's just...
I was thinking...
It's really the only way you can learn it.
Have you heard of the War of the Eagle and Lion? It was the battle that won the kingdom its independence from the Empire. Even the Church of Seiros had no choice but to recognize the courage of Lug, the King of Lions, who emerged victorious. The Church awarded him a crown and the right to govern the Fargus region, backing him in his bid to found the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. In return, Lug agreed to make the Church of Seiros the religion of his territory, and permitted them to publicly proselytize across the kingdom. In the 400 years since, the Church and the kingdom have continued to maintain very close relations.
Okay. Oh, we got a lot of stuff here. But most of this is related to getting... Ooh, an elixir. That's a nice random find there. Ah, Sedith.
I've been in town procuring some supplies for Flame. Nothing out of the ordinary. Do not trouble yourself over it.
Okay. Fine.
I have something to ask of you.
Alright, as you can see at the top of that, it says this month only. Yeah, you have to do it within this month, or, yeah, you're gonna be in a little bit of trouble there. As in the sense you lose the ability to do that quest. Alright, we're kind of slowly making our way through all this. Ingrid is somewhere around here, I'm guessing right down there.
Professor, while the investigation is important, don't forget to make time for your training. If we have to battle and cannot win, all will be lost. We don't know who our enemy is, so we must be prepared for anything.
She is right on that.
No,
maybe?
That's not mine.
Okay. Very well. Oh. Mixed fruit seeds? Okay.
Hey there.
Hello. Let's talk to Dimitri.
If the enemy's aim lies elsewhere, we had better discern their true intent quickly. As I see it, our best option is to explore every inch of the monastery. We should
Oh. My bad.
Will you do me a favor?
We're gonna do that, and we're also going to do...
Oh, thank you.
This.
I had been looking for this. But how did you know it was mine?
Also, the gift part right here, kind of important. You can give them something they like, they may not like it, but like this. He liked it a lot, so he actually got 50 motivation out of that, which is really important.
I'm afraid we'll need more information than that. Is there any... I'm afraid we'll need more information than that. Is there anyone else you could try speaking to?
Thank you. Okay, here it is. We should also speak to everyone here. Let's plan to compare notes once you've got a lead. That's all that was being said, but there you go. Thieves Intel. Oh. Okay, so I know who that goes to.
I hear you have fought alongside Catherine. I would wager that her power exceeded your expectations. Had you the chance to witness her relic? Thunderbrand, glowing red. That glow is a sure sign that her blood contains a crest that harmonizes with that hero's relic.
Seems to be fascinated with that. Alright. We're gonna run up this way.
Oh, hey, Professor. I was just reading this letter from my father. Do you know him? He's a pretty big deal in the Empire. He only writes to ask how my training's going, or how many monsters I've killed. Stuff like that.
Well, we haven't seen any monsters, so I don't know why.
Hey, I got a favor to ask.
Yeah.
What's this?
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah, that's definitely mine. You really saved me with this. I owe you one, Professor.
There we go. I know the one with the big physique. I know who that goes to. It's kind of obvious.
The monastery holds many treasures. Maybe the enemy is after one of those? Even so, The idea of stealing from a church is just horrible.
It is.
Did you find...
I don't know why I was thinking it was hers.
Did you find this?
No.
Oh my, this is great! Thank you so much! Oh my, this is great!
It also increases your affinity with the characters by giving them stuff, so...
Fighting to stop a murdering is my specialness. No, my specialty. I will show my best work. This is not belonging to me.
Okay.
This is not...
No.
Fighting
Actually...
training has given me great busyness, but...
Dex and writing are her specificities.
Speaking of,
However you
can
say
you
it.
imagine the Archbishop being murdered? I prefer not to consider such a gruesome scenario.
It's a
That
frightening
easy
thought.
to get under your skin.
Ah. Nah. More or less. It's just... Okay, there we go. It said open.
Listen. The goddess's home is in the sky. She lives on a bright and shining star. But in the spring, you can't see that star. That means she can't protect Portland. That's why we all celebrate the day when her star returns to the sky. That's the day of the rite of rebirth. See? See? I've been studying. I know just about everything.
Good for you. And you sound like Izzy from
People
Digimon.
seem to think that all the Knights of Seros are equal, but that isn't quite so. There are many distinguishing ranks within the Order. For example, there are squires who are training to become knights, as well as full knights, like myself. Oh, and then we have the holy knights, such as Catherine. Those are the knights that can wield a hero's relic.
Alright, let's head on inside.
Well, about 20 or so years ago, there was a big fire in Garreg Mach. On that day, Captain Gerald went missing. Everyone thought he was dead. It never occurred to me that he might actually have survived. The truly strange part is that in all those years, he hasn't changed a bit.
There's a lot of mystery surrounding him, Carol. Or Gerald. Alright. I've kind of learned a little bit more about this. When sheathing the West, sometimes I misjudge my own strength. I've broken so many weapons this way, how can I remedy this? Take care of the weapons in between. You're trying to figure out who it is, essentially, and then cater your response to the person, which is a bit dumb, but that's how you do it. Essentially. Oh no, that was a really bad idea. As soon as I clicked it, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Never mind, I shouldn't have said that person.
With the whole monastery preparing for the goddess's rite of rebirth this month, it feels like everyone's a little on edge.
That's understandable.
someone lost them.
No. Alright.
May I sit?
Hey, Ash.
I can't stop thinking about Lonato. I'm sorry, Professor. I know this isn't the time, but I just can't get past it.
Try to pull yourself together.
Thank you. No matter what happens, I promise you I'll do my part. I checked on my brother and sister, who were living in Castle Gaspar. Thankfully, they're all right. I was worried because they're both so young, but the church in the castle town offered to take them in. That much, at least, is a big relief.
Well, that's good. Nope. There's nothing we can do in this area right now.
You're kidding.
Hello, Flynn.
Professor, I am afraid I have acted a bit childishly toward my brother recently. Given the circumstances, I requested that he provide me with some candles. Silly of me, really. The timing was improper, and I regret it very much now. Oh, but more importantly, this place is off limits, Professor. It is only open to the public on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth.
No. I'm still going to try to figure out whose this stuff is. Likes telling jokes.
On the day of the rite, the monastery will be open to the public, including the Holy Mausoleum. The Holy Mausoleum is where the tomb of the divine Saros lies. There she slumbers, eternally. That's pretty much all that's in there. Just an ancient coffin. It's sealed with a powerful magic to protect against would-be grave robbers.
Interesting. Hello.
Hello there.
He seemed a bit enthusiastic about that.
Have you visited the Goddess Tower? It's a sacred place used for rituals and the like. In general, students aren't allowed entry. But as you'd expect, that rule just excites their curiosity. Some have even tried sneaking in. Well, at least for this month, that kind of behavior is totally unthinkable. We have a lot more security, what with the goddess's rite of rebirth coming up.
And he's the one that provides training under heavy armor. So if you're wanting to get heavy armor, you need to talk to him.
Possible.
That's mainly what he's there for.
Hello.
It sounds kind of silly to say that, but that is true. Sylvain and Hilda? What are they doing over there? Well.
Sending an assassin to the monastery, Hopefully it's someone worth crossing blades with. It seems we're cut from the same cloth.
He's way too serious to be caught in the idea of jokes.
Sending an... I know nothing.
I really don't know who that would be for, honestly.
You're skilled. Why won't you battle me?
Yeah, that's all he says. Alright. In this, I'm gonna send Felix in for this. Spend the last point to do it. This is part of the mission we've got.
You're weak.
A one-shot hit.
too easy.
You keep your damage through each one of the fights, so you do need to be careful of that. But with him gaining that crest power of his every now and then, I don't think you'll have to worry about it.
Another win.
And if you're able to successfully beat all 5, you get the prize money as well as the item. Ooh! And he lost, because he missed. It's unfortunate. And you do get professor points for doing that. So, that is the end of that, which is fine. We can keep going. Hello, Shamir.
You spend too much time roaming the monastery. If you're looking for something, try less aimless wandering.
I'm thinking about
Do you even know
the
who the enemy is? You can't know why without knowing who. It's none of my business anyway. I'm just here to take care of enemies who get too close.
Yeah, fair enough. That list of items I've got's growing. I want to try to take care of that to where it's not as much. Sedith is hanging out over here, so we're gonna run over and give him what he needs.
Well done. You have my thanks.
You're welcome. Okay. Okay, that's where most people are. Oh, okay. We're actually gonna head this way because there's someone that's going to want to talk with us.
Professor.
Certainly.
Perfect timing, Professor. If you don't mind, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
What's that?
It's in regard to sword training. Not for myself, but, well, to be honest, I've been teaching swordsmanship to the orphans at the monastery for a while now.
How'd that come to be?
Some of them saw me sparring with the knights one day. They started pestering me to teach them. They were so earnest, I couldn't help but oblige. There's much I wish to show them, but due to my own studies and training, I'm afraid my time is rather limited. Which brings me to my favor. Your swordsmanship is unmatched. I hate to ask this of you, but would you consider lending me a hand?
Certainly.
Thank you, truly. I am in your debt, and I always repay my debts, I'll have you know. All of these children lost their families and homes to war or illness. This may sound a bit arrogant, but I feel it's my responsibility to help them. I lost my parents without warning, too. In that way, we're the same. In Dusker, I lost my father, stepmother, and closest friends. I didn't have many allies at the castle after that. In truth, I had only to do for companionship.
You have no other family?
I'm afraid not. My birth mother fell ill and died shortly after I was born. And my uncle, suffice to say, we don't get along. Ah, but there were those outside the castle walls I was close to, such as Rodrigue.
Who's that?
Pardon my rudeness. I meant Lord Rodrigue. He is my father's old companion, and the father of Felix. On the occasions he would visit the capital, he'd take me out hunting or on long horse rides. While Dedu is like a brother to me, Rodrigue is more like a second father. It might sound ridiculous, but he's the kind of man I hope to become one day. Someone who helps others. Someone who can reach out and save a lost soul. Oh, Please, accept my apologies for boring you with my life story. In any case, don't forget your promise, Professor. I'm counting on you.
Also, if you do supports with people, you increase their motivation doing that way. There's everyone on the second floor there. I need to find Sylvain and Hilda, which are right there.
No classes on a festival day. I thought I'd get to spend all day relaxing in the company of some lovely ladies. But now this mess has happened. Hey, Professor, I know there's talk of an assassination attempt, but do you really think they'll do it on the day of the Rite of Rebirth? I feel like security would be looser some other time. Is there some reason why it has to happen on that day?
Well,
did you know that on the last day of the rite, the monastery's open to the general public? It's kind of fun. It makes the place feel like a festival.
Hilda's one of those really annoying characters from the Golden Deer as well. Like, fighting-wise, she's actually really good, but her personality just is, like, the worst. It's basically just constant, like, she's using people to her own end, and it's kind of annoying. I don't care for people like that, honestly.
Do you know what this room is? It is the church's treasure vault. I say treasure, but I do not mean silver and gold and jewels. It mostly contains weapons, artifacts, and the like. Anything that would cause too great a stir, should it be stolen? No. The church knows better than to store anything too valuable in such an accessible location.
Alright. Yeah, let's head over there. Start talking to all the students. Hey, Raphael.
I bet the enemy is using this assassination nonsense just to sneak in and raid the pantry. What do you think, Professor?
Sure.
Oh, I'm right, all right. My animal instinct is telling me that the enemy is after our best meats.
I'm just gonna entertain your silliness. Alright.
Good to see you, Professor. I was just on my way to trade, so...
Strength and heavy armor. Alright. Raphael's not bad. It's just his stats are kind of poor, honestly.
Is it true you got caught in the fighting? I'm so thankful you made it out alive. I don't know what we would do if we lost you.
Well, you were there.
I'm sorry, but...
That's not yours?
I'm sorry, but...
No? Okay.
I do find you very...
More charm and authority. Authorities, Charm's not bad, but... Hello, Edelgard.
Oh, have you been tasked with guarding the monastery as well? Such a stir over a single letter. But I suppose the Archbishop's safety is too important to risk.
Interested in tea? Well, I know who's gonna be... who that's for. There you are, Dedu.
The monks declined my offer of assistance. They said that no one from Dusker is to be trusted, especially now. Given the circumstances, I cannot fault them.
That's still kind of bad.
That belongs to me. I apologize for the trouble.
No, you good. I kind of somewhat wasted that to some extent, but not really.
There's been talk of an attempt on Rhea's life. We've been ordered to help the Knights patrol. Could that possibly mean that Rhea isn't beloved by everyone the world over?
I don't know who's to blame for all this commotion, but it's frankly a huge inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Everyone's stuck on guard duty. Our study and training time has been drastically reduced.
She's actually one of the better characters in the Golden Deer.
Yes? I'm actually very busy right now. If you're here to ask a favor, please ask someone else.
Magic and faith? Really? I would have thought reason. But I am leveling up faith to some degree. It's not that great, but my magic stat is really not that great.
It seems there were forces opposing the church, beyond Lord Lonato. I never thought such forces could exist in this world.
Well, we only know a small part of this world.
I suppose that may be true.
And I know who this belongs to.
Yes, this is mine. Thank you for returning it. Oh, Professor. Hello. Excuse me. I have to go.
Magic and writing. Huh. That might take a little bit. Alright, it seems weird, but I am actually going to use these items on Blythe. For the reason you guys kind of saw already. Some of the characters will only join you if a certain stat's a high enough level. As far as luck goes... gosh, this is abysmal. He's got really abysmal stats there. Alright, Felix, you're gonna get the goddess icon. No, it's not abysmal. It's just bad. Actually, it's not that much different than his now. Oh, so it actually tells you exactly. I did not know that. I feel kind of dumb. Alright. We're gonna travel up to this location. We're not quite done. Alright, got a little bit there. Ooh. We've almost got to D+ for our professor ranking.
That boy who assists the Archbishop. Cyril, I believe? I hear he's originally from a foreign land to the east called Almyra. I know he's still only a child, but I do wonder about his true intentions.
Really?
What the?
Good night. Some of these people.
There are numerous books in this library that you cannot find anywhere else. But once you are here, you can read them easily enough. I doubt someone would go to the trouble of stealing one. Sometimes Seteth will dispose of books that are deemed inappropriate for the monastery, but that's about it. In a way, I suppose that makes those particular volumes more valuable, right?
Possibly. It kind of depends on what material's being discussed in that.
Unbelievable. What a terrifying story. However, an assassination attempt on Lady Rhea is doomed to fail. Pardon? You think the goal may be different than simple assassination? Intriguing. I suppose the priceless objects in this room could perhaps draw thieves. However, there's no one but me who could make use of them.
There you
I
go.
can't believe I left this behind. Well, thank you so much for retrieving it.
I can't believe I never noticed that that was his. As soon as it said crest and magic, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I know who that's for. No. There's someone in that room. I think I know who it is.
You'd best keep your distance. In this nervous state, I might just cut you down.
Just try it.
Oh, come on. I'm only kidding.
Alright,
Need something, Professor? I'm on an important mission for Lady Rhea. Until that's done, I can't offer any help.
Oh. It's just my level's low. Okay, so she's actually not that hard to recruit. You just need to be a high enough level. Wonder what level that has to be, though. That just makes you wonder that. Hello, Leona.
Hey, did you hear? A knight wielding a scythe is roaming around town at night. If he's a villain, I'd like to get the measure of him.
Interesting.
Hey, I hope we get a chance to practice together when you find the time. I know I'm in a different class, but you're the only other person here who's learned from Captain Gerald.
Strength and lance. Okay, so just need to level up my lance, which I can do that, provided I just grab a lance. 4 damage to 6. Although, all 3 of those are low. Alright, I'll grab the training lance. It's like 3, 4, and 5, and it's like, alright.
Really?
5. I'm, like, personally, I'm going to see if I can try to recruit as many people as possible.
I am grateful.
Come on.
Might you have come looking for me because you were worried about my safety?
I was worried.
I'm quite all right. But your concern means a great deal.
Giving her a gift is, there's not really a point. But there is a lot to Rhea, and learning that's going to be mean a great deal. Oh, someone wants to talk. Over at the monastery. Well, the church part of the monastery. This whole place is the monastery. What am I talking about?
That reminds me.
Hey, you.
It's to do. All right. We're at the greenhouse. Okay.
Did you want something?
Just to look at the flowers.
I see. If you have the time, then please assist me. I am to water the flowers in the greenhouse. Thank you. Only do not water the ones in that corner.
What kind of flowers are those?
They are from Dusker. They require a dry environment. The roots will rot otherwise.
It's difficult to care for.
That is what makes them worthwhile. I owe you a debt of gratitude. In both the extracurricular activities here at the Academy and on the battlefield, your presence has been instrumental in the defense of His Highness. You have my sincerest thanks.
Think nothing of it.
To me, it is not nothing. Was there something else you wanted?
I'll just go fetch the water.
Then please, excuse me.
He's difficult to hold a conversation with. That's one way to put it, Blythe. Alright,
Let's see. Thanks for your help. So, there is something that the church values above all else. On the day of the rite, it will be open to the public. That will make gaining entry far easier than usual. You know the place of which I speak.
The Holy Mausoleum.
Yes, that is the most likely possibility. We do not know their objective, but there is a good chance that our enemy is planning to target the Holy Mausoleum.
Well, we're done here. Let's go through these conversations.
I'd better avoid the training grounds. I swear His Highness never sleeps.
You're out late, Sylvain. Is it safe to assume you've been wildly carousing with women? I'm afraid that behavior simply will not do.
Ah, Your Highness! Hello. No, I was not wildly carousing with women. There was only the one. Let's just forget you saw me. Agreed?
Unfortunately, I can't do that. It's time someone talked some sense into you. And it seems the task has fallen to me. Sylvain, I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself at night, but you must learn the art of moderation. Again and again, you end up wandering the streets until the early morning.
Okay, I get it. I don't need one of your lectures. I've got them all memorized anyway. I promise I'll be better in the future. I'll stop going out at night, I'll focus more on my studies, and in return, you'll go into town with me, and we'll invite some cute girls to dinner. Shall we shake on it?
The way your mind works absolutely confounds me. How did you even arrive at such a notion?
You need to get out more. Naive and uptight is no way to live your life.
Naive and uptight? Yes, well, compared to you, I imagine I'm downright run-of-the-mill.
I'm not so sure. Most men are experienced enough to know not to give a dagger to the girl they...
Will you never let that rest? It was many years ago. Perhaps a good knock on the head will help you to finally forget about it.
With your brute strength, a knock on the head could knock the life right out of me. You'd better watch that temper, Your Highness. So how about this? I'll try to behave, and you'll try to loosen up.
If I do as you wish, will you truly promise to improve your behavior?
What'd I just say? Of course I'll behave. A Knight of Fargus never goes back on his word. What about you? I want to see you with a girl on your arm.
I am a man of my word. I will attempt to do as you ask. You had better uphold your end of the bargain as well.
Seriously? Yeah, I'll believe it when he introduces me to the lucky girl. Oh, Dimitri, you always take even the silliest things so very seriously. This should be fun.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness. Sword training again today? Don't overdo it, all right?
I certainly won't, but thanks for your concern, Mercedes. It's more of a hobby than anything, so don't worry too much.
A hobby? How wonderful! I would probably get tired of it, but that's just me.
Didn't you say you hope to take the sword test soon?
You're right. I completely forgot that's coming up. What should I do?
To be honest, I've been a bit worried as I haven't seen you at the training ground much.
Why didn't you say something sooner if you were so worried about me?
It didn't occur to me that you could have forgotten. But you're right. I should have mentioned it. As an apology, why don't you let me help you with your swordsmanship?
You would do that for me? I'd really appreciate your help.
Okay, But keep in mind that since we're short on time, we may have to overdo it a little.
I don't like to overdo it, but if we must, I'll try my best.
It's settled. Let's begin. Don't tell me you've forgotten how to hold a sword. We have our work cut out for us.
I usually just hold the sword without thinking about my grip, you know? Let's see what happens now that you've shown me the proper way to handle it. I was nervous at first, but just look at me now. Yeah!
Well, I didn't realize offering to help you would mean risking my life.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I just meant to swing the sword. I didn't think it would go flying like that. I'm impressed with how quickly you can dodge.
Yes, I know you didn't intend to murder me. Though that scare likely took years off my life.
Maybe I'm not cut out for this whole sword fighting thing.
Nonsense. It's far too early to give up. The first time I picked up a sword, I was much like you. It's true that different people are better suited to different things. But if you keep at it and refuse to give up, you're certain to improve.
Do you really think so? Thank you, Dimitri. It's very kind of you to... Oh, there's a rip in your cuff, Dimitri. How do you think...
It seems I didn't dodge your sword fast enough. Don't worry, I can easily repair it.
I'm the one who tore it, so I'll be the one who mends it. How does that sound?
No, please don't worry yourself over it. Just focus on your exam.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Thank you for sparring with me, Your Highness. It seems despite how hard I've worked, I'm still no match for you.
Oh, there's no need for such humility. Thanks to all of your hard work, you're improving rapidly.
If you're going to praise me, it should at least be after I've won a match against you.
You know, Ingrid, I may be the victor when we cross spears on foot like this. But on horseback, your handling of a lance is far superior. Can't I be allowed to have my own area of expertise?
No, I cannot allow that. It's my duty to get stronger, to fight with all I have in defense of the kingdom and its people.
Such high stakes. By the way, where did you learn that fierce jab of yours? I'm pretty sure the only other person I've seen perform that move is Glenn.
So you recognized it? Yes, he shared much with me.
I thought as much. I never imagined I would be on the receiving end of one of his techniques again. Glenn and I once studied under the same instructor. I've sparred with him more times than I can count.
Ah, yes. He was never short on praise for you. Lord Dimitri is incredible. Such skill. There's no way I'll ever outmatch him. Things of that sort.
Well now, he never said any of that to me.
Well, he was Felix's brother. That family's not big on displays of affection.
That is true. We spent about as much time arguing as we did training. I can't believe it's been 4 years since the tragedy of Dusker. Since we lost Glenn, along with so many others.
So it has. Time moves quickly. Things have changed so much. Despite the sorrow, I intend to become a powerful knight. A knight like yourself. And like Glenn. I will do so for the sake of my homeland, the holy kingdom of Fargus, and for all who have died protecting it. To that end, I hope you will spar with me again in the future, Your Highness.
It would be my pleasure. After all, I value our training sessions as much as you do.
I must have left it in the library. Oh, is that Felix? Hey, Felix. This is a surprise. I didn't think you had much interest in books. I'm already finished with that one. You can borrow it if you'd like.
No need. I was just curious who it belonged to.
Why not read a few pages at least while you've got it open? I think you'd really like it. The plot is pretty different from a typical knight's tale, but it's still really good. Do you like stories about adventure and chivalry?
No, I despise them.
Yeah, well, have you tried reading any? You might find them really interesting. I know I do.
What do you find so interesting?
Well, for one thing, the knights in these stories are always gallant and brave. And they always value things like friendship, loyalty, and justice. That's the kind of knight I want to be.
Ridiculous. Friendship, loyalty, justice. Only fools allow their lives to be ruled by such nonsense. Fools who get themselves killed for nothing, only to be celebrated as heroes in books like this. Writers of these stories are worse than tyrants. They seize control of people's thoughts.
That's a little much. I was only interested in...
I don't care. Such blind enthusiasm is dangerous. Be more moderate in your passions.
You know something, Felix? You are exactly like the knight in this story.
Excuse me?
On the surface, he's sarcastic and intimidating, but underneath, he's kind and cares for his friends. In the end, they become heroes together and conquer all obstacles.
Disgusting. Stop looking at me like that.
Oh, see, right there. That's just what I mean. You sound exactly like him. I'm going to lend you this book, really, I insist. Just give it a read, all right? Trust me, and you can tell me what you think when you're done.
Why is this happening?
There's so many of these.
What was that noise?
Well, as you can see, the pan kind of exploded. Just a little.
How did you manage that?
I looked away for a moment, and the pan just went boom! Ugh, I'm grateful nothing caught fire, but now the kitchen is a mess.
Are you hurt?
Oh, no. I just got a little spooked. I really lucked out, didn't I? That could have turned out much worse.
Indeed. But do not turn your back next time. Your life could depend on it.
Right. Sorry. I'll be more careful from now on.
Let me help you.
Huh?
I will help you clean up.
No, I can't let you do that. This is all my fault. You shouldn't have to help me.
I have time. Let us fix this quickly. We will need to prepare more food before the others arrive at the dining hall.
Oh, you're right. So, after we clean up, you're also gonna help me cook?
You object?
Of course not. I'm just so sorry to bother you with this.
Apparently she can't cook.
Hey Felix, you free? You don't look very busy. Let's go find some girls to chat with.
Chat with them by yourself. You're interrupting my training.
Hey, come on. Don't talk like that. How long have we known each other?
Long enough, if you ask me. We only know each other because of our parents' friendship. I didn't have a say in it.
Is that how it went? Huh. I remember it more like you always following me around. Whenever there was something wrong, like you lost to your brother, or you fought with Dimitri, you'd come crying to me. You were so meek and pure back then. Cute even. Like a baby brother.
That's enough.
What?
I said that's enough!
Hey, sorry. I just came to see if you wanted to pick up some girls. I didn't mean to get on your nerves.
Look, you've been getting on my nerves for years. I've tried to be patient with you, but I'm tired of holding my tongue. You're reckless in your personal affairs and in battle, and you're always prattling on about women.
Well, if a man sees a pretty girl, he can't just let her pass by without commenting. That's just rude.
You're insatiable. Do you ever stop? Certainly not to practice your sword technique. You always skip training. And you never consider how your actions hurt others, or how you hold them back.
That's never my intention. Come on,
You know me better than that. I'm not really... Look, if that's the impression I've given you, then I'm sorry.
Interesting.
Today's dinner is steak and then a cake that's yummy yum. Now it's time to fill my tummy tummy tum. Oh, this mountain of sweets and treats that I long to eat. Oh, stacks of steaks and cakes and crumbs and yums.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Felix, you weren't listening, were you?
I heard enough to know that you're hungry.
No, I mean, well, yes. At least tell me you didn't see the dance.
You have nice footwork. Get something to eat. I can take over watering the plants.
Awkward silence.
You're evil, Felix!
And you're shouting.
You can't just spy on people while they're singing without even saying anything! It's not right!
I actually did call out that I was coming in. It's not my fault you didn't hear.
Well, you need to speak louder then! Ugh, this is so embarrassing. And of course I was singing some silly food song I made up. I should have been singing about bears or swamp beasties.
I didn't realize there were songs about bears and swamp beasties. That food song seemed to be close to your heart. Your stomach isn't far from your heart, after all.
Oh, you are the worst!
Huh. What was that about? I better water these plants. Wouldn't want them to get thirsty, or they might start singing too.
Wow. Just wow.
Oh no, this isn't right. Now what am I supposed to do?
What's the matter, Mercedes?
I accidentally made this food much sweeter than I wanted.
Let me taste it. Yeah, a little sweet. What if we try adding a few spices?
Huh? This is delicious! You're an amazing cook, Ash!
My dad used to own a restaurant. I helped out a lot around the kitchen, even as a little kid.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility to take on at an early age. No wonder you always work so hard. I might learn something if I watch you cook.
Well, no promises. I just have a little bit of experience, that's all. But look at you, you're great at baking cakes.
It's true that I'm quite good at baking, but I'm not the best when it comes to seasoning. Maybe it's because I don't like spicy food? It's tough to make food taste good when you don't enjoy it. I just had an idea. If the reason I can't cook spicy food is because I don't like it, then all I have to do is eat some spicy food. If I learn to like it, then I'll be better at making it, right?
I don't know, maybe. What makes you say that?
No, no, no. None of that matters. Once I've made a decision, I have to go with it. I'll make something spicy right away.
Oh, this won't end well.
Do you think?
If I leave her to it, she'll make an even bigger mess.
Hey, Ash. Which seasonings should I use? These ones?
Hold on, Mercedes. Let me show you. That one goes best with meat, but for stir-fry, what you really want is this.
We're almost done.
Hey, Annette. Hitting the magic books again? Has anyone ever told you that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
Sorry, Sylvain, but I'm trying to think right now. Could you keep quiet for a bit?
How can you stay focused reading a book that thick? With such small print? Is some of that text upside down?
If I use the formula in this line here, the magical energy should... No, that's not right.
You're even cuter when you're working through a difficult problem.
Sylvain, I'm serious. Please be quiet.
Hang on. Look at the third line. You've got the formula wrong.
I said the... Oh, you're right. How did you know that?
Well, I mean, it's written right there.
Most people wouldn't be able to grasp this formula just by glancing at it. Have you read this book before?
Nope, this is the first time. Okay, now that I look at it, wow, this book makes things way more complicated than they need to be.
And what's your take on this part here?
It's just describing another application for the same formula. Ha! This is pretty easy.
You know, you're actually kind of amazing. I've been studying magic for a while now, but even I have trouble with this stuff. You act like all you do is mess around, but are you actually working really hard in secret?
Nah, hanging out with girls is way more fun. I guess I just picked this stuff up somewhere. Life is short, Annette. If you waste it working hard, it'll be over before you know it. Get out in the world. Have some fun.
That's easy for you to say. You're strong and smart without even trying. It's not fair. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
No, I was just thinking you're pretty cute when you're sulking. You know that?
What is wrong with you?
Hey, I just got lucky with that stuff in the book. I'd normally never be able to outsmart you. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and leave you to it.
Got lucky, huh? I'm not so sure about that. Well, that does it. It might be tough, but I won't accept second place. Let's go, me. I can do this. I'm gonna finish this whole book before sundown.
I will say this, though. The characters from the Blue Lion are way better than the Golden Deer.
Hello, Ingrid. Can I have just a teeny tiny moment of your time?
Sure. I can spare a moment or two.
I was wondering, do you have any interest in fashion and makeup and stuff like that?
I haven't the time to bother with such frivolities. As long as basic hygiene is being met, then I'm happy.
Oh, but you're missing out on something so fun. I mean, it's not like you need it, of course. You've got beautiful bone structure, lovely hair, long legs, but aren't you interested in trying something new?
Well, thank you. I suppose I do find it all somewhat intriguing. But my time is precious to me, and my focus is on knighthood. Taking time to paint my face simply isn't a top priority.
Sure, but imagine if you could combine the two and become the most fabulous knight ever. Okay, maybe I'm taking it too far. I know knights don't necessarily need a ton of makeup or things like that for the job. I'm just saying, I really think you'd enjoy it if you opened your mind to it. All I'm talking about is a light touch. I can see it now. Your gorgeous face done up with a delicate application of makeup. The fabulous knight who everyone looks up to and wants to be.
Well, maybe? I guess. That does sound mostly harmless.
Hooray! Okay, we don't have a moment to lose. Here, take this makeup kit, play around with the colors, and see what speaks to you.
Now, wait just a...
I actually got that little kit as a gift the other day, and I wasn't sure what to do with it because I already have that one. It's a limited palette, but I think it fits the look you're going for perfectly.
I actually never agreed to start putting that stuff on my face, Annette.
What? Oh, well then, I guess this whole kit will have to go to waste. I'll just throw it away like the garbage it is.
You're throwing it away? I can't just stand by and let something go to waste. Okay. All right. Thank you. We can do this.
That's the spirit! Oh, and I'm happy to help you learn to apply it too. Come on, let's go to my room. I have some brush techniques to show you before you get started.
Now, don't get carried away. Ugh. She played me like a fiddle.
She certainly did. Ugh, good night. That was like a mountain of stuff to do. But that'll be it for this episode. Next time we're gonna start and do the second week of the 7th month. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.